Hi, I'm Jason Wanlass with Champion Fitness Training, and today we're going to go through a little instructional video, if you will, kind of give you a little bit of taste of some cool things that are out on the market right now as far as exercise equipment goes. It's really easy to get bored and caught to the same routine and doing the same thing over and over again in terms of exercise. You know, using the same equipment, whether it be dumbbells, whether it be machines, strength machines, cardio machines, things like that. It can become bored not only physically to your body, but also mentally as well. The folks at here locally at Boise Fitness Equipment loaned us 3 cool devices that we're going to go through today. The 2 here in front of me, this guy here looks like a snake, is a SandRope, which is actually essentially it's a battling rope, just like the professional sports players use. You may see them in some of your gyms where they're actually, making a wave with the rope. This guy is the same thing, but the difference is that, as the name implies, it's filled with sand, which gives you a lot more shift in weight distribution, also makes it a little bit more tougher in terms of grip strength and things like that. And then the second, made by the same company as the SandRope, which is made by Hyperwear. Hyperwear also makes these guys, which are your SandBells. Now, SandBells are kind of cool because, again, they're filled with sand. You get more of a dead weight feel with the weight distribution with these guys too. But not only can you simulate exercises with rows and presses like you would with dumbbells, but you can also simulate exercises that you use with medicine balls, with slams and some core work, and then also kettlebells as well, like kettlebell swings and things of that nature. So you're kind of getting 3 tools in one with this. And of course, like the SandRope, you're having to rely on grip strength with these guys as well. And then last, with TRX, they make a new device called the Rip Trainer here, which is a resistance cord training device that is attached to this bar here. And you can see we've got an anchor to the wall over there. And then with this guy, what it does is it creates an asymmetrical load, meaning a one-sided load, on an exercise, let's just say a press exercise, where we just have that resistance on one side of the bar and free on the other bar. That's actually going to put a lot more load and a lot more challenge on the core while we're doing that traditional movement. You can also attach 2 cords to it as well for just a straight traditional exercise, but today we're going to highlight more of the asymmetrical ones just because they're a little bit different and out of the box, challenge the core more, and it's just going to give you a different feel from what you might be used to. So with that being said, we'll go through 4 exercises on each, and we're going to start with the SandRope first. Now, one thing to also point out the SandRope that's nice is, one, it takes up a lot less space than a traditional battling rope. Those are usually 30 to 50 feet in length. This guy is only 10 feet. Also with this guy, you don't necessarily need an anchor point, though you can use one if you'd prefer. For today, we're going to use an anchor point, but we can use this anywhere. So we're going to go with a basic wave, taking a rope here. It's a 30-pound rope. They also come in 15-pounder, and we're just going to get this guy going just like we do with a regular traditional battling rope, making that wave motion there. So with that and with the shifting of that sand is a lot more taxing on the body than a traditional rope. You can either do it for repetitions, where you're going 20 to 30 repetitions, or you're just going for time, 30 to 60 seconds. You're going to be plenty taxed in that amount of time. Next one we're going to do is called the Ultimate Warrior. I think it's to pay homage to the late great wrestler, the Ultimate Warrior. That's what they name it, which is basically just a side-facing position, taken it with 2 hands, high demand on the grip strength, and we just get that guy waving in an up and down motion like that. So the Ultimate Warrior, he would take the top rope when he'd come into the ring, and he would just shake it violently up and down like that. I don't think the rope was 30 pounds though, so anyway, really taxing exercise there. Third exercise is drags is what we're going to do with this one. Because of the weight of this unit, it's great for resistance with running, whether we're going to back pedal or we're sprinting. You can take just both handles on each side here, do a little back pedal motion. Once you're out of space or to your destination, whip it through, coming forward, keeping the arms behind you, going back and forth like that for a 30 to 60 second period. You're going to get those legs burning really good. Last, and my favorite exercise with this guy, depending on your level of strength, again, 30-pounder, also comes in a 15-pounder. These are axe chops. We're just taking both ends here, gripping it like a bat, loading up with our legs, and we're going to drive up explosively through our hips and our legs and arms, and we can whip it over just like that. Switch our grip, come back to the other side, keeping it upright, keeping our core tight, going back and forth like that. Doing the 10 to 20 of those, feel the burn. Okay, so for our first exercise with SandBell, we're going to go through just a traditional slam like you might see with a medicine ball. Now granted, there are some medicine balls that are specific to where they're dead weighted balls where you slam them, there's no bounce to it. This isn't one of them. I mean, a lot of medicine balls, you'll pick it up, you just give it a slam, it gives you a little bit of a bounce back. With the SandBell, we don't have that luxury. With that, it's just dead weight, we got to get all the way back down to pick it up. So with that extra range of motion with your legs, it's going to tax the body a little bit more. It's going to tax the lungs. It's going to tax your heart rate cardiovascular-wise, and of course a little bit more on the legs. My favorite exercise with the slams actually had a little bit of a rotational component to it. So we're getting more kind of a lunge component. We're going to take it to a 9 o'clock and a 3 o'clock position where we kind of come up and over, slam it down, pick it up, bring it back to the other side, slam it down, back and forth just like that. 10 pounders all I got here. These guys range anywhere from 2 to 50 pounds, so you got a pretty wide range to work with when it comes to that. Okay, so next exercise we're going to use 2 SandBells. We're going to do a combination of a core exercise and a strength exercise. We're going to do a walking plank with a row. I got these guys set up on the ground. Our forearms are going to rest on the SandBells. And then from here, we're going to walk up into a high plank position, which means just basically a push-up position, walking up and up. We take a nice good grip full there, stabilize with one side on the opposite arm, give it a little row, nice and tight to the body, bring it back down, switch to the other side, bring it back down, walk it back down, walk it back up, pitching the shoulder blades together, alternating sides, abs are nice and tight, trying to minimize your rotation as you're going up and down. Great total body exercise for the core and for the upper body. Okay, for our next exercise, we're going to do what's called a squat toss. Just need 1 SandBell with this guy. We take a grip, just across the midline part of our body. What we're going to do is we're going to squat down. As we come up, we're going to kind of do a little bit of a high pull, toss it in the air, catch it with the other side, and we're alternating the sides there. Just that extra little bit of dynamic movement is going to get the heart rate up more. But of course with the flip and the catch, that's going to challenge, again, grip strength as we're doing that exercise, having to reach out and snag it and snare that guy before it touches the ground. And then our last exercise, I'm going to grab both of these. And of course if you got a heavy enough one, we could use it for one. A traditional kettlebell exercise, of course, that most people are accustomed to is the kettlebell swing, to where we're taking the kettlebell, scoop it through the legs, powering up explosively through the hips, driving forward. We can do the same thing with the SandBells, but again with that extra grip strength. We want to make sure we hinge to the hips and we just power through explosively, getting good extension, contracting those glutes, firing that core. Same type of thing, but again, grip strength with that, just a little bit of variation to what you might be used to if you use the kettlebell. Okay, the last one here is the Rip Trainer made by TRX. Today we're just going to focus on the exercises that are more asymmetrical. So we've got the cord attached to the anchor point behind us to the wall. These guys do come with a door attachment as well that you can use for using it at home. With that being said, we're going to go through more of the rotational exercises. With the asymmetrical load, again, it's going to challenge up the core more. So the first exercise, and we want to make sure we kind of got that cord in a nice straight line. The objective is to try to keep this guy level as if it was attached with 2 cords. So with that, just holding that in that position alone is going to automatically load up the core on the opposite side of the right arm. We squat down and then we just kind of press it up out overhead like that, and trying to keep that bar, again, nice and level. Not only am I challenging the arms to the weight of the bar and the resistance of the rope, but it's also, again, going to challenge that core as we're going through that motion. That's exercise 1. Exercise 2. Slap shot, hockey playoffs, perfect. We take an underhand grip on this backside, stagger our stance, and we're working on rotational power, loading up our leg and kind of coming up in an upward motion, just like we're hitting a slap shot in hockey. So again, that nice, good dynamic movement. It's going to challenge up that core a lot more. It's going to get the heart rate up, and it's also challenging strength. And of course, we'd work the opposite side with that as well when we're going through the exercises, so we're not just loading up the one side. Third one is a rotational punch, to where we're just lined up symmetrical with the bar and with the cord. We could go with a straight stance like this. We could also go a slight staggered stance for a little bit more stability. We got the bar kind of close to our body like we were doing a chest press. And then we're just going to turn everything and fire it across our body, extending it through the arms, and explosively just driving through with our hip and our arms. Again, total body movement as we're going with that. And then on our last one here, we're going to go just from the opposite direction now. The resistance is coming away from us. We're going to go a squat row. So again, we got the bar level, squatting down, and then we're going to kind of pull in towards the midline of our body, trying to keep that bar nice and level while our core is opposing that rotational force. If we wanted to, we could add a little bit of a rotational movement to it. Anything that I've shown you could be either anti-rotation or with a little bit of rotation with it as well. There's a lot of ways to throw in some variety with this. And then like I said with this guy, you actually have the eye bolt on the other end to where we could actually have two cords attached at the same time, going more traditional strength movements as well. With the TRX trainer, we also have a variety of bands too. It comes with a medium tension band, but you can buy heavier, lighter, depending on your strength needs. And that's it. So those are your 3 tools. Again, I want to thank Boise Fitness Equipment for giving us these toys for this particular feature. I'm Jason with Champion Fitness Train. Thanks for watching.